Shares of Exact Sciences soaring recently. The company makes an at-home test for colon cancer, which is the third leading cause of cancer-related deaths in the United States. Chairman and CEO Kevin Conroy joins us now. Kevin, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Meg.
And I understand you're in town because you're running the marathon this weekend. Tell us about what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm really excited to do this. My cousin Jackie was diagnosed with colon cancer at age 49. And she passed away that same year. And she was just an amazing person, mother, wife, runner. And her love of running inspired me to think about running this marathon and to, try to make a difference and make people aware of the importance of early detection through screening. And so that's why I'm doing this.
Okay, and of course that's what you guys do with your at-home colon cancer test. And you guys just reported earnings this week. You screened a lot more people than Wall Street expected you to, which contributed to your stock's rise. Tell us about what drove the quarter.
Yeah, well, we have had just tremendous growth and momentum as we have reached more physicians with television advertising and as our sales force has grown. But when you look at this opportunity, there are 85 million Americans that are in the screening population. And it's a big problem we're trying to solve. The biggest problem with colon cancer is that there are not enough people are willing to get screened. And we're addressing that with an easy way to get screened, an accurate way using really advanced technology.
What do the numbers say about how it breaks down about somebody willing to go get a colonoscopy where you have to go in and you have to do this whole procedure versus willing to take this test at home?
About half of people in the U.S. will get a colonoscopy. Out of those 85 million Americans, the other half won't. And there are some other tests which aren't particularly effective, a fecal immunoglobulin test. Cologuard now is starting to address that big problem by getting more of those unscreened people screened. And the great thing about this test, it picks up tiny changes in the DNA that you can see in a stool sample with advanced technologies, the tiny changes that are indicative of colon cancer. And by detecting that, we see 94% detection of curable stage 1 and 2 colon cancers.
And you just did a partnership with Pfizer, which was a big boost to your stock. Analysts expecting that to really help promote the product and get it into the ideas of more doctors prescribing it for their patients. Tell us about that partnership and what it'll say about your profitability. That's another thing that people are focused on. You're not quite profitable yet.
Yeah. Pfizer is a tremendous partner because of their deep reach into the primary care setting. And it's really the primary care docs in the U.S. that, say, 350,000 healthcare providers that are responsible for getting people screened. And so many of their patients just won't get a colonoscopy. Pfizer's reach and their commercial engine makes them an amazing partner. So we're excited about that. And our focus is over the next 5 to 10 years of continuing to go from today we've screened 1.6 million people out of 85 million. So in terms of profitability, that is going to come and it'll come in a meaningful way. First we wanted though is to reach as many physicians as possible and educate as many people as possible.
And I imagine you repeat test. I mean, it's not you test them once and they don't get tested again. People have to get tested, what, every few years? Or how
every
frequently?
3 years.
Every 3 years. So that's a repeat patient population you have.
Yes, it is. And that means that if you get people screened every 3 years, you have a greater chance of detecting colon cancer. Same is true with colonoscopy, which is recommended every 10 years. Obviously, a much more invasive approach. And in terms of the opportunity for the company, getting those people screened is a way for us to engage with people, which gives us other avenues and other tests potentially to educate them about.
Well, that's another question I wanted to ask you about the pipeline. You have this product on the market, but what comes next? You're looking at blood-based screening for things like lung cancer and liver cancer.
We have a deep partnership with Mayo Clinic. It's 9 years going now, and we expect that to continue. Looking at the top 15 cancers using the same fundamental technology that detects these rare changes in DNA indicative of cancer, and using that for blood-based tests. I mean, imagine a day where you can detect 15 different cancers from one blood draw. And that's going to happen. And we think that's going to be one of the most meaningful ways to impact human life because cancer is the #2 cause of mortality in the U.S.
And of course, there are a number of companies working on that. There's an Illumina spin-out, which has a liquid biopsy. I think one just went public. It seems like kind of a long road, though. Initially, people were saying we might get there by 2019, 2020. Yeah. Where do you put the time frame?
That's pretty optimistic because so much work needs to be done scientifically first, and then the clinical trials around such a test will be long. Meantime, we've developed a liver cancer test that shows great promise, 95% accuracy from a blood draw. And liver cancer is eminently treatable early stage. There's just not a good test today.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing more, and good luck in the marathon tomorrow.
Thanks so much, Meg.
All right. Kevin Conroy, Chairman and CEO of Exact Sciences.